Hello everyone.
And welcome back to my YouTube channel God is One. Today we are going to learn about a remarkable woman of faith, Saint Maria Troncatti, a religious sister who dedicated her entire life to God and to serving people in need. Her life was filled with prayer, courage, sacrifice, kindness, and love for others. She worked specially among the people of the Ecuadorian Amazon and spent many years helping families, caring for the sick, teaching children, and bringing people closer to God. Saint Maria Troncatti teaches us that we do not need to become famous or powerful to make a difference in the world. A life filled with simple act of love can become a beautiful example for others. So let us take a few minutes to learn about her life, her mission, her difficulties and the lessons she lives for us today. Maria Troncatti was born on 16th February 1883 in Corinto Golgi, a small village in northern Italy. She grew up in a Catholic family. From her childhood, Maria learned the importance of prayer, faith, hard work, and helping other people. Her family lived a simple life. Like many families of that time, they worked very hard and valued their faith. Maria was thoughtful and caring child. She developed a special love for God and for people who were suffering. As she grew older, she began to feel that God was calling her to dedicate her life to Him. This calling became stronger as she learned more about the missionary work of the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians, also known as Salesian sisters. Maria wanted to become a missionary and serve people who needed help. Her decision was not simple about choosing a career. For Maria, it was a response to God's call. She wanted her whole life to become an offering of love and service. Maria Troncatti eventually joined the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians, the religious congregation founded by Saint John Bosco and Saint Mary Dominica Masrello. She entered religious life with a sincere desire to serve God and others. As a religious sister, Maria learned many things. She developed her spiritual life through prayer and also learned practical skills that would later become very useful in her missionary work. She had a special interest in caring for sick people. She understood that helping someone who was suffering was also a way of showing God's love. Maria did not look for comfort for an easy life. Instead, she was willing to go wherever she was needed. Her life would soon take her far away from her homeland in Italy. Maria Troncatti was eventually sent as a missionary to Ecuador in South America. This was a major change in her life. She was leaving behind her homeland, her family surroundings, and people she knew. She was going to a completely different environment with different languages, customs, and challenges. But Maria trusted God. She believed that God had called her to serve, and she was ready to follow that calling. In Ecuador, she became part of the missionary work of the Salesian sisters. Her mission was specially connected with the Shuar people in Ecuador Amazon. The region was difficult to travel through and the living conditions were not easy. But Maria did not allow difficulties to stop her. She began serving the people with great patience and love. Maria Troncatti spent many years among the Shuar people. She worked to build friendship and trust. At that time, there were many difficulties between different groups, and people could sometimes be suspicious of outsiders. Maria understood that she could not simply arrive and tell people what to do. She needed to listen to them, respect them, understand their culture, and slowly build relationships. This became one of the most beautiful part of her mission. Maria treated people with dignity. She cared for children. She helped families. She visited people who were sick. She taught. She prayed with people. She also helped to bring peace and reconciliation where there was conflict. Her mission was not only about words, she showed God's love through her actions. One of the most important part of Maria Troncatti's mission was her work as a nurse. She cared for people who were sick and injured. There were few medical facilities in the area she worked. For many people, Sister Maria was one of the few people they could turn to when they were suffering. She treated people with kindness and patience. She did not ask whether someone was rich or poor. She simply saw a person who needed help. Her medical work became an important way of building trust with the local people. When people saw her caring for them with genuine love, they began to understand that she had not come to take from them but to serve them. Maria's nursing work was therefore connected with her missionary work. She cared for both physical and spiritual needs of the people. Life in Ecuadorian Amazon was not easy. Travel could be difficult, the environment was challenging, there were illness and dangers, communication was not always easy. Yet Maria Troncatti remained courageous. Her courage did not mean that she never experienced fear. Rather, she trusted God when situations were difficult. She believed that her life belonged to God and that she continued serving as long as she was able. This is an important lesson for all of us. Sometimes we may think that being courageous means never feeling afraid, but true courage can mean continuing to do what is right, even when something is difficult. Maria showed this kind of courage throughout her missionary life. Another important part of Maria's work was helping people in live in peace. She became a person whom different groups could trust. She tried to bring people together rather than allowing hatred and misunderstanding to grow. Maria understood that people peace begins with relationships. If we listen to others, respect them, forgive them, and treat them with kindness, we can help create peace. She did not simply preach about peace, she tried to live it. Her life reminds us that every person can become an instrument of peace. We do not need to wait for someone else to begin. Peace can start in our own homes, schools, workplaces, and communities. Maria also had a special concern for children. She believed that children needed education, care, guidance, and love. Through her missionary work, she helped create opportunities for children to learn and grow. Education was important because it gave young people hope for the future. Maria understood that caring for a child was an investment in the future of an entire community. She wanted children to know that they were valuable and loved. Her example teaches us that even small act of kindness towards children can have a lasting impact. A kind teacher, a caring parent, and or a person who takes time to listen to a child can make a great difference. Behind all of Maria Troncatti's work was her deep prayer life. Prayer gave her strength. Her work was not easy, as she needed God's help. She understood that serving others required patience, humility, and courage. She prayed for the people she served. She prayed when she faced difficulties. She prayed when she needed wisdom. And she prayed with gratitude. For Maria, prayer and service were connected. She did not separate her faith from her daily work. When she cared for a sick person, she was serving God. When she helped a child, she was serving God. When she worked for peace, she was serving God. This is an important message from her life. Faith is not only something we can express with words, faith should also be shown in the way we treat other people. Maria Troncatti lived simply. She did not seek wealth or personal recognition. Her happiness came from serving God and helping others. She gave her time, energy, and talent to the people around her. This kind of life may look ordinary from the outside, but when we look more closely, we can see something extraordinary. She chose love instead of selfishness. She chose service instead of comfort. She chose courage instead of giving up. And she chose faith even when life was difficult. Her life shows that holiness can grow through ordinary daily actions. Missionary life requires many sacrifices. Maria had to live far from her homeland. She had to adopt to a different culture. She faced difficult travel and challenging living conditions. She also carried the responsibility of caring for many people, yet she continued. Her strength came from her faith and from the love she had for the people she served. She did not see the people of the Amazon as strangers. She gradually became part of their lives. She shared their difficulties and celebrated their joys. She became known for her kindness, courage, and dedication. After many years of missionary service, Maria Troncatti continued her work with same dedication. On 25th August 1969, she died in a plane accident in Ecuador. She was 86 years old. Her death was a great loss to the people who knew and loved her, but her mission did not end with her death. The memory of her life continued to inspire people. Those who had experienced her kindness remembered her as a woman who had given her entire life to God and to others. Her story continued to spread beyond Ecuador and Italy. The Catholic Church recognized the extraordinary faith and heroic service of Maria Troncatti. She was declared venerable in 1992. Later, the Church recognized a miracle attributed to her intercession, which opened the way to her beatification. Maria Troncatti was beatified on 24th November 2012 in Macas, Ecuador. Her beatification was an important moment for the people of Ecuador, especially for those who remembered her missionary work among the Shuar people. On 9th October 2024, Pope Francis approved the canonization of Maria Troncatti. She was canonized on 19th October 2025 together with several other figures of Catholic Church. She is now officially known as Saint Maria Troncatti. Her canonization recognizes the holiness that was already visible throughout her life of prayer, service, courage, and love. Saint Maria Troncatti is special because she showed that love can cross every boundary. She was born in Italy, she traveled to Ecuador, she learned to live among people from different culture, and she dedicated herself completely to their well-being. She did not allow differences in language, culture, or background to prevent her from loving people. Instead, she built relationship through kindness and service. Her story reminds us that we are all people or all a part of one human family. There are many lessons we can learn from Saint Maria Troncatti. First, serve others with love. We do not need to do something huge to help another person. We can help someone who is struggling. We can visit someone who is lonely. We can encourage a friend. We can help our parents. We can be kind to someone at school. We can be small act of love can become very meaningful. Second, do not be afraid of difficulties. Maria faced many challenges, but she continued her mission. When we face difficulties in our own lives, we can remember her courage. Problems may not disappear immediately, but faith can give us strength to continue. Third, respect every person. Maria respected the people she served. She listened to them and built friendship with them. We should also respect people who may be different from us. Differences in language, culture, appearance, or background should never become reason to treat someone badly. Fourth, work for peace. Maria tried to bring people together. We can also become peacemakers. Instead of spreading arguments, we can encourage understanding. Instead of holding on to anger, we can learn to forgive. Instead of making fun of someone, we can choose kindness. Fifth, keep prayers in our lives. Maria's prayers gave strength for her mission. Prayer can also help us remain calm, thankful, and hopeful. We can speak to God in simple words. We can pray in the morning. We can pray before sleeping. We can pray for our family and friends. And we can pray for people who are suffering. The life of Saint Maria Troncatti also has a message for young people. Young people often wonder what they can do to make the world better. Maria's life gave us a simple answer. Start with the people around you. You do not have to change the whole world at once. Start with your family, be kind to your parents, help your brothers. Sometimes we think that holiness belongs only to priests, nuns, or famous saints. But the life of Saint Maria Troncatti reminds us that holiness begins with love. Every day give us opportunity to do good. If someone needs encouragement, we can encourage them. If someone needs help, we can help. If someone makes a mistake, we can forgive. If someone feels alone, we can be there for them. These simple actions may seem small, but they can bring hope to another person. That is one of the beautiful message of Saint Maria Troncatti. Today, Saint Maria Troncatti is remembered, especially for her missionary work in Ecuador. Her life brought together prayer, medicine, education, friendship, peace, and service. She showed that missionary work is not simply about traveling to another country. It is about giving yourself to others. It's about listening. It's about understanding. It's about serving. And it's about sharing God's love through your actions. Her legacy continues to inspire people who work for the poor, the sick children, families, and communities. So, as we come close to the end of today's journey, let us remember the beautiful life of Saint Maria Troncatti. She was born in Italy, but she gave her life in service to the people of Ecuador. She became a nurse, missionary, teacher, peacemaker, and above all, a woman who trusted God. Her life was not about fame or wealth. It was about love. It was about service. It was about helping people who were suffering, and it was about bringing hope to those around her. Saint Maria Troncatti teaches us that we can make a difference wherever we are. We can choose kindness instead of anger. We can choose forgiveness instead of hatred. We can choose service instead of selfishness. And we can choose faith when life becomes difficult. Let us ask God to help us follow the example of Saint Maria Troncatti. They have. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this video on my YouTube channel God is Fun. If you enjoyed this video, please support the channel by liking the video, sharing it with your family and friends, and subscribing to the channel for more stories about saints, churches, Christian history, faith, and inspiring lives. Thank you for spending your time with me today. May God bless you, your family, and everyone you love. And may this example of Saint Maria Troncatti inspire all of us to live with faith, courage, kindness, and love. God bless you and see you in the next video.